Hi, this is Kelly. Welcome to my channel. Today I bring you Twilight Charm. DIY number 1, The Collector. Now these pieces, thank you Erin, my sister-in-law gave to me. She was going to donate them and asked me if I wanted to hold on to them. And I'm so glad she did. I had so much fun. So these are more makeovers than DIYs, but this little cabinet here, I'm just going to take the door off and take the hinges and all the other hardware off. Sand it here and there. And they're in good shape. They're They're just discolored because they've been hanging on the wall for 30 years. So remove this little knob here. Sand that spot. And I'm going to paint this entire thing black. That'll be my base coat. We're going to use another color over top of it later. And I'm not going to film much of this because this was very time consuming because of all the little ridges you had to get the paint down in every single one of them. And I had to do 2 coats, so it took a while. And I like painting, I'm not complaining, but it definitely took some time to get it done. Took a while just to do the little door, and then I had the rest of the piece to do. So same with this, the inside there, the back of the shelf there. Make sure the paint goes in all the little crevices. And now I've got this color called Vintage. It's a grayish blue, and we're not exactly dry brushing, but we're not putting a full coverage coat on either. So I just have a smaller flat brush, and we're just going to do separate strokes down each line here. And there's a little tiny strip in between each of the little divots there, whatever you want to call it. The grooves. And so this took a while too. And I'm just carefully keeping it out of the grooves. I want those to stay black so they show up. And you just see I'm just putting half a coat of paint. I don't know, not sure exactly what you'd call it. Heavy dry brush maybe, because I am knocking off some of the paint. And again, it's just a brush no wider than the area in between the grooves. Makes it a little easier. And you can go in, different directions. From one end to go halfway across and the other end to go halfway across, because you want that black showing through. And then on the smooth areas, we're doing the same thing. We just don't have to worry about keeping it out of the little certain areas. And we're just going to kind of go in every direction there. Well, not every direction. You want everything to go in the same direction. You can go from side to side, but you don't want to go side to side and then front to back. You don't want to do that. Across the front, and again we're just making sure that the black shows. And if you screw up an area, you get too much of the top color on, once it's dry you can hit it with black and redo it. It's no big deal, it's just paint. And I find painting therapeutic, so I don't mind spending the time on this. And just look how this just comes together. And this is nothing but painting, a little sanding. You gotta take the hardware off and put it all back on, and so much fun. And I wanted this to look kind of witchy. I would guess this is made for near your front entrance of your home. You can hang your keys from it. You can hang it just about anywhere you want. You can hang it in the bathroom and hang little hand towels from it. And I call it the collector because that's, you're going to collect all the stuff that you need when you come in and out the door there. I have a big basket on my counter. That's my collector in my house, and it's overflowing constantly. And you see how I'm going in a different direction on these edges because there's like a little curve, and it kind of I just want to lightly hit that so I get it all the way across. And then once you go, because I was talking about don't go in opposite directions, but that was just to catch the edges when I went in the opposite direction. And you just put as much or as little of the top color as you want. And I really like how this turned out. And again, it's just painting, nothing spectacular we got to do to it. You just got to be lucky enough to find pieces that you want to work on. And I'm going to do a clear wax finish. And I've got a little skinny brush to make sure it goes down in all the grooves. And what you want to do, I've got that cloth there, that's a piece of t-shirt. You want a soft cloth that's not going to have a bunch of lint on it. And now in my house I got to find something that doesn't have a bunch of dog hair on. You don't want to get dog hair or lint or whatever in the wax. And you just wipe the excess off as you go. And you're supposed to let it cure for quite a while really before you use it, but once it dries overnight, you can handle it, and you can take the cloth and buff it shinier if you want. You can do whatever you want with it. DIY number 2, Crimson Spell. Here's another piece she gave me, and it's just this shelf, and I popped off that little decorative piece there, and I thought, you know, with painted black, it's going to look more Gothic, you know. It's just a matter of the color, sand that area. And this piece, again, I'm just going to paint the entire thing black. Got a small brush to get down in all these little nooks and crannies. And this also required 2 coats. And this is that same vintage color I used in the first project. And we're just going to dry brush that across here and pick up all these little details. It's just amazing how a little bit of paint can really make something come to life. Turned out really nice. And again, I put a coat of wax to seal the paint and give it a little finish. And it's just the same thing. Make sure you get, it doesn't have to be a heavy coat, you just make sure you get everything covered. And it's, you can usually see where you've done it, where you haven't, even if it starts to dry. Just kind of tilt the angle a little bit. And this is called Pink Sky, which is a pink, but it's a dark, it's got like black tones in it. And of course, it's not going to be solid pink when we're done with it. No way. We're going to do a black wash over top of this. And I've got this chalk paint brush that's, you know, it's larger, it's more for furniture. And I want to get the first coat of paint on this thing pretty quickly, because you talk about a task. All those little pegs and rails. Oh my goodness, yeah, it took a while. So with this big rounded tip brush, I just wanted to get the first coat on there real quick, because I figured I can get around everything easier with that. And that's how it looks. So now I've got a smaller flat brush, and I'm doing my second coat around these pegs. And it was hard to reach around to the back side and what have you, so it was definitely challenging, but it was worth it in the end. It turned out really nice. So now I've just got some water and some black paint. You see I've already done a couple of pegs. And I hope you can see what I'm doing. I could only record so much because every time I'd have to move it, I'd be blocking the view, and you can't really tell what I'm doing. But so we're basically using diluted black paint and some rags. Brush it on there, let it sit for a minute. Let that, it's basically going to stain rather than paint. And wipe off the excess, and just keep adding and wiping until you get the look you want. And then I went back and did it a second time, because I want it to be a little darker where everything joints together there. Go back over that front, and again you keep doing it till you get the result you want. I was very pleased with how this turned out. I wasn't sure for a minute. I was like, oh my god, is this even gonna come out right? And it looks very witchy to me. So you see where I've done the rail and the pegs at the bottom, and now I'm gonna do this back area. And when you're doing this, try to pick an area where you're not gonna have a seam in your wash. You don't want to like paint to there and wipe it off and then try to match the next brush full of it. You want to try to fill in an area where that's not going to show so much, if that makes any sense. And I'm going to get this on here, let it sit a minute, and then wipe off the excess. And then I go back in certain areas and darken it here and there. Add a little more here in between these little brackets. Hold the shelves up here. And where you want it darker, you can leave it sitting longer before you wipe it off. Go back over it. And again, just put as much as or as little as you like. Get as dark as you want it to be. And just keep on wiping off the excess. Thank you guys so much for being here with me. I really appreciate it. And I really appreciate a couple of my viewers went and bought a couple of things from my Etsy store. I'm very pleased. Sold 4 pieces. I guess that's a good start for your first month. So I'm enjoying that. I really appreciate it. And I've gotten some new subscribers. Thank you and welcome to all of you as well. I want to keep doing these videos for you guys, and it just means a lot that you appreciate it. So here I'm just going back over some spots where I think it should be a little darker. And this is a process, and it's kind of messy. And you might want to wear rubber gloves too, by the way. I ended up with my hands just stained black for like 2 days. So now I'm going to glue this little piece back on. And this is my Gorilla Glue Clear Grip, it's called. It's very similar to E6000, has a permanent hold. And I'm just going to leave a couple spots for some hot glue to hold it in place to let it cure. Because you really want it to set for at least 24 hours. And the hot glue is your clamp, so to speak. Plus you can continue to work on a project when you do it that way. And of course once I glue this is done other than the wax seal. So I went ahead and continued with that. And since I already sealed the decorative piece there, I got a little brush and I'm going in between the little openings to get some wax down on my piece. But I didn't want to wax it first because adhesive's not going to work as well on that wax. So once I take a small brush and go in between all these little crevices and around this curve, and the wax will give it a little sheen without being high gloss. So I really do like the wax finish. DIY number 3, Midnight Garden. Now these kind of match that first cabinet, but we're going to do these totally different. We're not going to have them matching the cabinet. These are going to be more Gothic. I think the 2 cabinets are kind of Witch Apothecary look, and this is a little more Gothic, maybe even vampire look. So I'm going to paint I've got 2 pieces. One's a little smaller than the other, and we're going to paint the entire thing black. And again, we have all these little grooves. We have to get all that paint in there. And we're going to paint this the same way as we did the cabinet. Now this is just acrylic. It's not a chalk paint. And it's deep burgundy. And we're not going to go over the entire thing with this. But as you see, we're doing inside there where the little panel looking pieces are and the little grooves, and doing the same technique where we're going to keep the down inside there's going to stay black, and we're going to have a heavy dry brush, but we're only going to do inside this area. There's going to be kind of a frame area that's just going to stay mostly solid black, and we're going to do some of the burgundy here, and you'll see what I mean here in a minute. But we're going to do inside all these little areas just like we did that first cabinet. Now all that's done, and then we're going to go around the bottom, and we want to pick up the highest points of the little curves, and it's the same technique again that I used across the front pieces on the little cabinet. And we're just going to, this is, you know, less paint than the other technique there, but it's still heavier than a dry brush. We're going to flip it over and do the top the same way. And we're just going to flick that paint on there basically and just pick up. And then we're going to hit all the corners. Just a little touch of that burgundy. And same thing around the top. And we're going to do the exact same thing to the larger box. I couldn't really record much of that because it's too large to stay in the frame. So now we're going to make a few little decorations for the shelf. I printed out these little pieces. Got these little potion jars. I think that one there came from Dollar Tree or Dollar General, one or the other. And all these little labels, I'm going to darken all the edges with black chalk paint. And that first one I put on that curved bottle, I tore a few notches here and there, so when you lay it down, they can kind of overlap instead of just buckling up and getting all wrinkled and messing up. That little heart came from Hobby Lobby. Spray painted it black, dry brushed garnet red metallic. And this is my black flash, which is going to show a dark gold metallic on this curvy potion bottle. And you see where I tore the little notches there in the back of this piece. And we're going to cover the back with the Mod Podge. Sling all that out of my way, right? Just sling it. Get out of my way. And get this on here. Now, unfortunately, you'll see in the reveal, the tag on rails blocked the decoration on the bottles. And I'm like, oh, well, whoops. I wasn't even thinking about it. Press that in place, and then I tore this little piece out to be kind of a heart shape to fit on the front of this one. Press it in place. Make sure you get that glue on those edges. And then I just put a coat of Mod Podge over top of the label. And this little bottle I got at Dollar Tree, it was already black with that ribbon on it. So I just left it alone and added a label. Same way as the others, little Mod Podge on top. And it's already got that nice little black and white gingham bow. Tied a couple pieces of black and burgundy chiffon ribbon on that one. This is a strip of fabric that I dyed with tea. It's got a nice aged look to it. I'm gonna wrap it around the neck here a couple times and just tie it off to the side there. Give it a little character. Trim those up. And that's about it. Here's my reveal. Now, a lot of these little pieces I already had. I just had to put a couple things to just decorate a little bit. And again, you could use this for keys or whatever you want. I just have some little ribbons and bones hanging off of here just for my video. And here is the shelf. Excuse the shadow there, but you'll see how this color is just came out amazing. That's just, I don't even know what you'd call that color. It's just what that sky pink turned into. And here's my planter boxes. That's the larger one. And I also did the wax finish on these, by the way. And I got those really cool flowers at Dollar Tree. Thanks again for being here with me. Don't forget to like and share and all the things. Bye.